we're going to have a look at the pencil tool. I've not previously looked at this because I do recommend starting to draw with the pen tool in Illustrator, but there's also some really cool features that you can do on the pencil tool. So having a look at this typography here that I've got laid out already, and go up to Object and then expand it. That is basically going to mean that I can select a letter by direct selecting it, and then on my pencil tool, I'm just going to zoom in so you can see what's going on. If I start on the path and then I end on the path, I can adjust this type to my art's content. So this is really cool for sort of adjusting type to make it one-off and custom. You might be doing an icon, you might be doing a sort of branding project. I'm going to show you how to get rid of the wiggly lines next on this, but this is the cool thing about it, is you can go over it and keep adjusting it countless times. The important thing to realise with this is that you can't just sort of click anywhere. You've got to be landing on the path. That's why we've pre-selected it. So I'll show you what I mean. If I just go, right, I want to add it, and I'm going to end it there, which is just going to do that. It makes a huge blob of colour that we don't really want, but providing you're starting and ending on a path, you can shave stuff off, you can add it, you can be rounding things off to make it flatter in profile. If I go into a bit of free space over here, with the pencil tool, I think the thing that puts most people off when they first use it is as you draw with it, it kind of doesn't allow for any shakiness in your hand and it looks a little bit kind of imperfect. If you double click, you can basically smooth it out. So I'll show you it kind of with no smoothing, because I'm just using my mouse for this. It's not great, is it? You know, it's starting to look a little bit sort of jagged and it doesn't look as good as it would do if you're using like a paintbrush or a blob brush. So it's a bit extreme. Putting it on the sort of full smooth set, but if you see how sort of imperfect that is, as soon as I release, it's tying that all together nicely and it's a nice smooth curve. And if you use your stroke menu, which if you haven't got it, bob up to window, it's all in alphabetical order, so just go down to the bottom for stroke. If you've never used stroke menu before, you'll have to just toggle this, because otherwise it won't have all your options. So you just expand it to show all options, and this is where you can kind of add a different cap to it to round it off. You can sort of change the corners and things like that. What I just want to show you now is the width tool. So the width tool is just here, and when you click onto that, basically with the pencil tool, any point of that path, you can change the width, and that's why I think it's worth showing you this, because otherwise you're going to spend quite a lot of time doing things. Like with the pen tool, you have to keep releasing, don't you? Like each time you want to kind of draw a new path. So if you're drawing like eyelashes on someone, you've got to keep pressing P for pen and sort of drawing P for pen to separate it off, drawing again, and you're not doing it like a sort of free form either. You're having to kind of stretch anchor points out. But with the pencil tool, you could just do all your sort of strokes straight off the bat, and then with each of these, when you come to the width tool, sort of zoom in here so you can see it a bit better. Any point, you know, if you want it thicker at the top, you want it thicker in the middle, each of them can be tailored with that width tool. It's going to save you so much time. Now, if I go to this drawing that I've done previously of an axe, you can see that it's got a practical use as well for altering pre-existing shapes. If I wanted to sort of adjust something on here, I've just got to make sure that I've selected the path that I want to alter. Just gonna get a bit tighter on this sphere, so I'm gonna just make the handle of this axe slightly longer. I've not got to start adding in anchor points and doing things like that. And if I want to start adjusting this, if I'm like, nah, it looks too bulky like that, I can alter it. I can just sort of shave stuff off. I can alter the curve, nice and freehand. And obviously if you're using a drawing tablet for this, life's easy. Don't know why you'd want it looking like that on the end, but if I wanted to sort of finish this off properly, I could put in my wood grain, just make it look realistic. If you don't try these things, you'll never know. I'll be honest, it's not something that I've used a great deal because I've got on pretty well with the pen tool, but especially if you find certain jobs pretty taxing with the pen tool, like adjusting the paths, moving the anchor points, then just give it a go. Cheers for listening. Hopefully you found that useful. Give it a try and let me know if you've got any questions about it.